Welcome to the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre. More than 20 years ago, we opened up our doors in a little shop front just across the road from here, starting as a food bank. More than 20 years later, we remain an independent, non-for-profit that takes no money from the federal government, and a place of welcome, safety, sanctuary, and human rights for people seeking asylum and refugees. Let me show you today in real time the impact that your support makes. It's early. Our front reception team is preparing to open our doors at 10 a.m. to welcome families and individuals seeking asylum. Our reception team is the first point of contact, the first place of welcome that listens to the needs and concerns of our community and ensures that we connect them to the right frontline services. We prioritise families and individuals who are most marginalised, those without the right to social security payments, those without the right to work, Medicare, or the right to study. Once we've been able to capture the key needs and concerns of our community, we then connect them to our welcome team as the next step in their journey. This is our members area. And when it opens shortly, it's going to be bubbling with activity, with voices, languages, and cultures from all across the globe. It's where people gather while they wait their turn to access our food bank, our social services team, our legal team, or our health clinic. It's also our communal dining hall. For more than 20 years, we have come together to share a meal, to have a seat at the table for everyone, from the refugees and people seeking asylum that we serve to the staff and volunteers. And every day, an incredible team of volunteers in this kitchen that is donated to the goodwill of the community enables us to create hot, culturally appropriate, nutritious and welcoming meals that we can share together. Look, we're open. People are starting to come in. Next door to our community meals kitchen is our food bank. You'll often hear us talking about how we're the supermarket for people seeking asylum and refugees. Well, here's why. Every week, hundreds of families and individuals turn to our food bank to access essential fresh fruit and vegetables and culturally appropriate and inclusive groceries for their families. This program is powered again predominantly by volunteers, and it's critical in providing food security to families, whether it's lentils and rice or the simple dignity of being able to access sanitary pads, toilet paper and a toothbrush. We are a place where people can come and access essential food security for them and their families. We cannot open our doors each day and provide the critical and essential frontline services that we do without the engine room of the ASRC, and that is our back-end services, whether it's finance and fundraising, marketing and people and culture, volunteer support and OH&S, ICT to operations. This team is the backbone of the ASRC. Next up is our health clinic. Access to healthcare should be a human right. However, for many people seeking asylum in Australia, they have no access to Medicare. Led by an incredible team of nurses, bicultural workers, of volunteer doctors, physios, allied health professionals, and psychiatrists. The ASRC Health Clinic provides a holistic and culturally responsive health program. We will also cover the cost of pharmacy when people have no income and Medicare, and also provide critical vaccinations and immunisations to families and individuals. We are that critical medical safety net for people who have nowhere else to turn. Next up is the Human Rights Law Program. Behind these doors, you'll find one of the most highly skilled human rights legal teams in the country. This team covers breadth and depth, from work rights applications to complex high court cases to end unlawful mandatory detention. They work with their clients with the urgency required for their safety. And we wouldn't be the ASRC without our advocacy work. Our advocacy team's priority is to restore and uphold the fundamental human rights of people seeking asylum and refugees. It's the reason we don't take federal government funding, to hold the government of the day accountable and to advocate without fear or favour. Next up is our social services program and our detention rights advocacy program. Both teams are led by social workers, and their roles are to respond to the critical frontline needs of people seeking asylum and refugees. from requests for critical emergency housing, material and financial aid, to assistance with everything from nappies to access to public transport, to advocacy and support to people held in offshore detention centres over the phone. These staff are critical in providing that safety net and first response to people in crisis. Let's quickly go to the ground floor. Seems like a donor has just arrived to drop off a food donation. Each day, wonderful donors like this drop off essential food, groceries and toiletry items that go straight on the shelves of our food bank and then straight onto the kitchen tables and pantries of families and individuals seeking asylum. Now we're in the ASRC hub, home to the Vocational Pathways team, made up of our education, empowerment and employment programs for people seeking asylum and refugees. And here we have our social enterprises, ASRC catering and cleaning, providing meaningful pathways to people seeking asylum and refugees. Through our social enterprises, many people get their first job opportunity in Australia and build the confidence and networks to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and provide for their own families in their own communities. We are almost at the end of our tour here in Footscray, but there is so much more that we do outside of these 4 walls. We have in Dandenong the Refugee Resource Hub that we power, bringing together refugee charities to provide a one-stop shop for refugees and people seeking asylum. We have 2 cafes called Journey Cafes, and we also have a commercial catering kitchen. But we go beyond Melbourne. We are a national organisation. We organise nationally, we campaign nationally, we movement build nationally, and we train the next generation of refugee leaders at a national level, led by refugees and people seeking asylum. And most importantly, a huge thank you to our wonderful supporters who make everything you've seen today possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.